third and final part of our little tiny teach today is how to let go of what happened to you in the past. So, where do I begin? Nearly everybody I meet, in fact, not nearly everybody, every single one of us has had a life experience before now. For those of you who are just tuning in, we've been talking today really about how to change our life experience and our interactions in the world, because so many things happen in our life before we got to this point. Before you met me, I had a life before this. Before I met you, you had a life before this. We've all had experiences that have happened in our lives, some that we've absolutely loved and adored, and some that we would probably rather choose to delete or let go of in some way, shape, or form. But one of the biggest things that I know has happened for me along my journey, and for those of you who have read the book or have got the book, you will actually see, obviously not all of it, but just because there have been 36 years before now, but in the book you will actually hear or see the real part of my journey, where my journey began, why I went on my own personal development journey. Because truth is, a lot of my childhood wasn't what I would have chosen if I'd been able to consciously choose it. I was very, very sick as a young child, and at the age of 11, things happened to me that things happened to me at the age of 11 that should never happen to anybody, let alone a little 11 or 12-year-old girl. And it was from that place that I really believe that my life got stuck in the very early years. But I'm very grateful now for having had that experience, because it allowed me to step into the new part of my life. It allowed me to go on the journey to discovering that there was a new way to live, that there was a new way to be, that I didn't have to live my life in the place of being a victim or a puller energy, that I could choose to change my experience of what had happened in the past and what had happened in my life and how I responded and reacted to everything that was going on in the world. Now, the reason I really want to talk to you about this, and I'm so passionate about this, is because so many people I know are living their life experience right now based on what happened to them in the past. And the reason that happens, so first of all, energetically, the reason that happens is because we are electromagnetic beings. We are electromagnetic recording devices. There is much more to you than you see on a physical level. Your entire physical body is just one part of your energy structure, which is known as our aura, A-U-R-A, if you haven't heard of it before. Now, your aura is actually something that can be measured up to 20 feet away from you, scientifically measured up to 20 feet away from you. We create our own electromagnetic force field that can be measured. And inside our aura is a recording of every thought, every belief, every experience, every situation, every emotion, every pattern that we've ever experienced in this life. And for those of you who believe in past lives as well. Now, the work that we do with EAM, with the energy alignment method, if you know what the 5 steps are, is all about shifting and changing the energy that we're carrying in our aura. Now, the reason that we want to do that is because every day, in every interaction that we have, our assessment of what we see going on outside of us comes through the filter of everything we've ever experienced before. In the same way that everything we send out into the world from our energy into our life experience goes back and is filtered through everything that's happened to us before. Now, unless or until we do the energy work on what we're holding and carrying in our energy, we will continue to recreate more of the same situations. Now, I say that to you not to scare you. I say that to you to empower you, because using the 5 steps of EAM, you can shift and change anything that has happened to you on an energetic level. And by doing that, you also shift and change what happened in that situation for everybody else that was involved in it too. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I know that might sound like some weird, crazy sci-fi stuff to some people, and it really isn't meant to be. It's been shown, it can happen, and I've seen it happen now with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Every interaction we have in our lives is energetic. And even though we aren't experiencing in our life right now, if there's you, I'm going to have to get my flip chart back out. In fact, I'm going to get my flip chart back out. Hold on. Let me draw this for you. Let me draw this for you. Let's imagine something happened to you in the past, and I'm sure you've got something that you can think about. So this is you. I'm going to draw a stick lady, just because everyone always draws a stick man. And this is the other person, who is also a lady. Now, we have all of the different layers of our aura. There are 7 of them, but I won't draw all of them now. And when you're with somebody, your energy, your auras intertwine, the energy layers of your aura intertwine. But when situations happen, say you've had a massive argument with somebody. Earlier on, do you remember we were just talking about in the other video about the power of your voice, about the power of the energy that we share, because our heart energy is the power of our voice and our communication. So imagine you're in a deep, heated argument with somebody, and you are sharing, all of this energy is being sent out from you. And they are also sending all of their energy out to you. What happens to that energy? Energy doesn't get destroyed, it can only be transformed. And whilst it is left out there, you've created this resistant energy vortex. So between the two of you, you've both projected energy into a situation, for example. And now out there in the world is this energy ball that is the heated energy, it's the conversation, it's all of the things that you've said to each other, it's all the painful stuff that you've shouted at one another, is now out there as an energy. And it's still out there as an energy, unless or until we choose to shift and change it. Now, using the 5 steps of EAM, you can shift and change this. This energy will be carried with you wherever you go. It'll be in your energy and their energy. It's out there somewhere in the world, still in this resistant or reversed energy state. When you do the 5 steps of EAM and work on what happened to you in the past for you, you work on what happens to your energy when you think about it. You work on the thoughts and beliefs that you have. You work on the emotions you have around that situation or around that person. What you actually end up doing is cancelling out that resistant energy form that is out there somewhere in the world. And even better, you don't only let it go, you can actually also change the energy of that to something that then can come from la la la. Hopefully you can see that. It's meant to be a heart. I think you like my drawings. So you can then choose to change that energy form into something that comes from a place of love. You can choose to move it into a new paradigm place that comes from a place of flow and isn't going to be out there. And the reason we do that is because whilst that energy is out there, left untouched or unlooked after, every time you think about this person, you're going to reconnect back to this. Every time this person thinks back to you, they're going to reconnect back to this. So even if you don't see that person in your life anymore, even if you haven't spoken to them for years, even if you excluded them from your life, it doesn't matter. What we're doing is letting go of the past, so that it's no longer affecting and influencing you, so that you're not carrying this stuff around with you everywhere you go, so that you are not bringing all of this stuff into every interaction you have, every conversation you have, every way that you treat the people that you're meeting in your life right now, because this isn't in your energy anymore. You no longer see the world in this way. You're no longer carrying this stuff in your energy. I hope this is making sense. Please leave me some comments underneath or give me some hearts if this is making sense to you. But the reason that we want to let go of the stuff that happened in our past is for you. If you want to look at it from a purely selfish perspective, it's all about you being able to move forward so that you're not carrying this stuff anymore. You don't need to. The only person that is being affected by this, the main person that's being affected by this, is you. And obviously this other person that's here as well. So everybody has the power to do this. I am saying this from having been on a journey where, if you've read my story inside the book, you'll understand. Like, I've had my fair share of life experiences. I know other people have been through worse life experiences, but I know that no matter where you are, I know that no matter what's happened to you, I know that no matter what is going on in your life right now, you have the power to shift and change it by changing your energy. You absolutely have the power to do that. We really all do. And that is my biggest invitation to you. And one of the biggest drivers for me behind why I share EAM, because I know how many people are recreating the same life experiences that they don't want to have by keeping this stuff stuck in their energy. You can shift it, you can change it and let it go. And I hope that this has given you some context for why you would really, truly want to make sure that you do, so that you can start living your life from a new paradigm way of living and being. I'm going to go and take some art classes, I think. I quite like my stick people. Let's take that out of the way. I really, 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 really hope that you are going to embrace whatever you see here inside the book, Ultimate Self-Help Book, available on Amazon. But even better, come and spend some time with me in January, because we are going to be doing a massive deep dive on really using the 5 steps of EAM to actually change your life. And we're going to be doing it over a 3-day live event, the 18th, 19th and 20th of January in London at the Renaissance Hotel near Heathrow. And even if you can't join us in person, you absolutely can tune in and join us from home on the live stream if you really want to stay at home in your fluffy slippers. And myself and our incredible team of EAM mentors are going to be there with you as your guide over the 3 days, because I am on a massive mission to really actually make my impact in the world and help people to change their lives. Because you don't need a therapist, you don't need a coach or whoever. You just need to be able to understand all of the things that sit behind it, and maybe have somebody there with you along your journey, of course. But you have the power to change your life. You absolutely have the power to change your life. And that, for me, is what I hope we've encapsulated inside EAM, the Energy Alignment Method, by sharing these 5 steps. It's always, black pen all over my hand. It's always the same 5 steps, no matter what it is. And the art of using EAM is actually about understanding all of the different concepts and the different ways that you can use it to approach your life. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing together throughout January. So I'm going to show you how to use the sway and make sure that you're swaying, because I know sometimes people get a bit stuck with that. I'm going to talk to you about the right questions to ask and how to start using the sway to answer or ask questions about what you've got going on. We've got the 3 days together, and even after the 3-day event, we've also got another 2 follow-up training calls online, because I know what it's like. We've all been to those events. We're like, yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to change my life. I'm absolutely going to do it this time. And then we get home and we're back in reality, and things kind of swallow us all up again. So we're there with you for another 2 weeks after the event as well, to make sure that you've got us there on hand to really help you implement these changes in your life. If you are sat there trying to create some New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to do another video about that, about New Year's resolutions and setting SMART goals. I have a real issue with SMART goals. SMART goals do not work. So watch out for another video around that, and I will tell you exactly why. But come and join us for the Ultimate Self-Help Live. It's ultimateselfhelplive.com. Come and find out about what's going on. We've got an early Leapers price on right now before Christmas. And you can even split the payments over the next 3 months if that's going to be easier for you. But I cannot encapsulate how transformational these events are. Being in a room with 150, 200 other people who are shifting and changing their lives and changing their energy. The last event we did in July was literally mind-blowing. And I have no doubt whatsoever that this event in January is going to be exactly the same, whether you're there in the room or whether you're joining us on live stream, because everything is energy, and collectively we can create such bigger shifts, so much bigger shifts and transformations by doing this work all together, because we tap into the group energy of everything that's going on. So it really is going to be a magical, magical, magical 3 days. And I cannot wait to take those of you who already have come and said yes, and I can see more of you signing up every day, which is awesome, on this journey in January. It's the first time that I've shared so much of this content, because it's all, some of it's stuff that's in the book, and some of it's even stuff that didn't make it to the book. And things that I've only ever previously shared with our EAM mentors as well. So I really can't wait to see you. If you want to find out more, ultimateselfhelplive.com. Come and find out what we're doing. Come and see how this can really work for you. Forget about getting fluffy slippers and smellies and pajamas for Christmas. Okay, maybe not the pajamas, because I do like a new pair of pajamas, but there is so much more that you could ask for as a gift this Christmas. And that would be a true life-changing way to begin January and 2019, because the energy of next year is going to be epic. It's all about expansion, growth, and transformation next year. And I would love to be there with you to kickstart your journey in 2019. So for now, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I really hope that this little tiny teach has been helpful to you. And we are running another one Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. I think it's going to be 8 p.m. I'll be live here again inside the hub for you on Wednesday night. Any questions you've got at all, please do let me know. I really look forward to seeing you. Enjoy, go and put some of these things into practice that we've been talking about on the call today, and I will speak to you very soon. But for now, ta-ta, bye, 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 bye.